Well, hello, YouTube followers. This is Tory Vent in Olympia. I'm getting out my December 2023 album, and something tells me when I'm in good singing voice and my hearing's good, it's best to get them done before things go away. I just got back from a 7.5 day road trip. I went down to Algodones, Mexico, near Yuma, and got a couple of dental implants and a crown replaced, and took some things down for some friends and visited some family in Arizona. And while I was on the road and living in the car, I escaped most of the casual dope that I run across up here, which ruins my hearing and my voice. So here's a little number by the late and great minstrel singer or songwriter Huddle Ledbetter, also known as Lead Belly, and I think this one was recorded or written down by John Lomax, who was making recordings and authenticating American folk music at the time, and I think it happened while Huddle was in Louisiana State Penitentiary in 1936 at Angola, what the place they call the farm, I think. And without further ado, let's get into it here and give it a little shot on the harmonica here. Yeah, put some glasses on so I can read it. The writing's rather small. And this expresses the emotions that a fella who's locked up in jail might feel about the lady he left behind, and the feelings weren't always good. Okay, Goodnight Irene, 1936, Huddle Ledbetter. Irene, goodnight. Irene, goodnight. Goodnight, Irene, goodnight, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Sometimes I live in the country, sometimes I live in town, sometimes I take a great notion to jump into the river and drown. Quit rambling and quit your gambling. Stop staying out late at night. Stay home with your wife and family. Sit down by the fireside bright. Irene, goodnight. Irene, goodnight. Goodnight, Irene, goodnight, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. I asked your mother for you. She told me you was too young. I wish to God I'd never seen your face. I'm sorry you ever was born. I love Irene, God knows I do. I'll love her until the seas run dry. And if Irene turns her back on me, I'll take morphine and die. You cause me to weep, you cause me to mourn, you cause me to leave my home. But the very last words I heard her say was, please sing me one more song. Irene, goodnight. Irene, goodnight. Goodnight, Irene. night, Irene. I'll see you in my dream. I guess that's a folk song now. It's one of the minstrel songs that's still around. The Wokies are kind of putting them down now. They don't like anything that's done by a minstrel. They think it's racist for somebody to have to write songs and perform them in public to make a living. But I mean, hell, that's what all the rappers do. So I guess that makes me a racist because I listen sometimes to rappers. Thank you for listening in. We'll see you in December.